Hello and welcome to Perspectives. Joining me today, I have a special guest, Massimo Faggioli. He is a professor at Villanova. He's also the writer of many books and expert on all things church. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
There's so many things to talk to you about. Let's start with Pope Francis. He's done a lot in his time so far as Pope, but there's a hope that he will do a lot more and an expectation of great reform on so many levels. Where do you see the church going under Francis? What changes do you see him making?
Well, Francis has changed many things, and in a sense much more than we expected when he was elected. The only thing that is really missing, in my opinion, is the reform of the Roman Curia, because they keep postponing that. But on the other hand, I don't think you can measure the change under Pope Francis in terms of reform. And Pope Francis is more than a reformer, because reformer can be diminutive. He's saying things that makes it impossible for the church of the future to look back with nostalgia. That's my take on the issue.
Aha, interesting. What do you think is the stumbling block when it comes to reform of the Curia?
The stumbling block is that we haven't decided yet, we as a church, if we want a Roman Curia that it is bureaucratically and politically efficient, right, or if we want a Curia that is ecclesiologically faithful to what the church wants to be.
Do you see it as there are certain parts of the wider church that are attached to the way things are right now?
Of course. One of the big changes with this pontificate is a Latin American pope and non-European pope. So there are vast zones in the Catholic Church, I would say Europe and North America, the United States especially, that are reluctant to give up a certain sense of insiderness within Catholicism.
Shifting topics a little bit, women and deacons. And I understand you have an article coming out on this, specifically this topic, the commission that Pope Francis just put together to study women deacons. Talk to us a bit more about that, the significance of this, the context of this. A lot of people are hoping that this means we're going to see women deacons, and others are saying, no, we're not going to see it, but we are going to look at what they were. Talk to us about this.
Well, it's a very interesting decision by Pope Francis to call this commission, because nobody expected that. As you remember, on May 12th, Pope Francis responded to a question from the audience of these women religious, and it seemed, coming out of the blue.
Right.
And after less than 3 months, he kept his promise. So we have this commission, which is a very interesting one because it's 12 members, 6 men, 6 women. Interestingly, the world of the Roman Curia, Roman Catholic Church in Rome is more represented by women who, most of them teach at Roman pontifical universities, than men who come from different parts of the world. The interesting thing is that the only specialist on the commission who has published extensively on women deacons is a very outspoken advocate of women deacons, while all the others have not published almost anything on the issue. So we will have to see how her position, Phyllis Agano, who's the expert on it, if she will remain isolated or if she will be able to build some bridge with other members of the commission. It's not clear yet what the agenda of this commission is, if they have to publish a report, if they have to report to the Holy Office, to the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. It's not clear what kind of support they will have from the Roman Curia.
There is so much more I could ask you, but that's all the time we've got. You do have a book that just came out, The Rising Laity, looking at the laity since Vatican II. Our viewers will tune into Subject Matters for more about that book, but thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
From everyone here, thank you for watching. See you Monday.